She asked me, so are you having headaches? I said yes. Are you feeling sleepy? I said yes. So these are the symptoms. Hi, my name is Oendrila. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how and why I quit tea and coffee. And if you are considering clicking off this video because you cannot imagine your life without tea and coffee, then I request you to stay until the end, because I was able to regain calm and release anxiety by quitting tea and coffee. And if you are someone who's looking to get some calm and release anxiety, then I urge you to stay until the end. And even if by then you're not convinced about quitting tea and coffee or reducing your intake of it, then I can share with you, I'm going to share with you some of my digital program which helps you release anxiety and become more calm by using techniques from Odissi, an Indian classical dance form, and which have helped me immensely. To share some context about my tea drinking habits, I would normally have at least 1 cup of tea or coffee in the morning, and I would often go to bed the night before thinking that I'm going to wake up and have a cup of tea or coffee, and that would motivate me. And that itself is an alarm bell, because I would not think about what my day looked like, the activities, the work, or the fact that I'm going to spend time with my loved ones or doing things that I enjoy. I mean, there are days when I would think about it, but most of the days I would motivate myself thinking about at least I'm going to have a cup of coffee and I'm going to look forward to that, which itself is not a great thing, because you are motivating yourself by a cup of tea or coffee, an external substance, almost like a drug. So that's that. And the actual trigger for me wanting to quit tea and coffee came from not my pursuit for health or lifestyle, but my pursuit of success in business. So I had joined around the time of pandemic. Before the pandemic, I had joined this business coaching group, and I was working on implementing all the strategies and techniques I had learned from my business coach in order to get my personal styling business off the ground. And I would implement everything step by step, be a diligent student, and yet I would not have success in terms of actual clients. Whereas on the other hand, I saw some people in the business community who would be saying things like, I got an inspiration for this and I just decided to go on an Instagram live and announce this program, and I had so many clients and so many dollars. Or I had this gut feeling or this sudden new idea to launch this program, and then there were people who were willing to pay for it and asking about how can they sign up for the program. And I was like, okay, they're not doing all the steps, they're not putting in apparently as much hard work as I am doing, and yet they're having results which are favorable. I mean, I was also having results. I was getting inquiries, and people were curious about my program, but I would not have any final positive outcome, the outcome that I wanted, which was clients. So this made me feel like it's not about the strategy or the techniques, but about the idea. And they were having the right ideas and I wasn't having the right idea. So I was like, okay, so maybe it's their gut feeling, their inspiration is what is lacking. And I thought that's what I need to unblock. So I wanted to unblock my intuition and be able to listen to my gut feeling so that I can get these successful ideas. So that was the premise. And then I let it out in the universe, like what would help me do that. And then I forgot about it. And then I happened to at that point follow Stargirl, the practical witch. So she reads tarot and talks about astrology, and what else do you do when you're down in the dumps? You read tarot cards and you check out your astrology, right? So that's what I was doing. And in one of the videos she mentioned that tea and coffee leads to yellow teeth, and I thought that is something that I can consider, not having yellow teeth. So I decided to not have coffee, and at that time I was having coffee. So I would not have coffee in the morning, and then eventually 2 hours later I would succumb to my craving and have it, because I would feel sleepy, I would feel irritable, So this happened for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks I was like, this is it, this is what my rest of my life is going to look like, and it's okay, who cares about yellow teeth. I'd rather have yellow teeth than feel this emptiness in my life which is caused due to not having a cup of coffee in the morning. So that was that. And then some 1 month later or so, I think I saw another video of hers where she said that tea and coffee blocks your intuition, and that is something that just helped me make that shift. The next day I could give up coffee cold turkey. I had cravings or not, but it didn't matter to me. I didn't have it. However, I was having symptoms of feeling extremely sleepy, having trouble staying up during the middle of the day. I used to want to sleep during the day, which is not something I was used to. In fact, I had a scheduled joint Instagram live with another personal stylist, and I was telling her that, you know, I was having trouble waking up before the call, which was scheduled in the middle of the afternoon, which is really unreal. And I was honestly feeling guilty that I have lost motivation for my work, I have become lazy. And she said that that really falls in line with quitting coffee, because these are the withdrawal symptoms. So she had quit coffee too, but she had quit coffee because she wanted to have a more calm mood, be less irritable. And she asked me, so are you having headaches? I said yes. Are you feeling sleepy? I said yes. So these are the symptoms. So think about it for a moment. Withdrawal symptoms are something that you normally associate with drugs, right? That's what I think of withdrawal symptoms, and then the word drugs, they're always in the same sentence. And then to think that you are also having withdrawal symptoms from tea and coffee, that's what blew my mind. That's when I was like, this is as good as a drug. It's just that it's legalized and it's not looked down upon. It's legalized, unlike say hard drugs, and it's not looked down upon like say smoking, but it's still equally addictive. And in fact, if you've ever been to, you know, ISKCON organization or Bharat Shivashram, I used to stay in Bharat Shivashram, sometimes in Delhi. We used to put up there, and over there tea and coffee, just like meat and fish and all those things, are not allowed. And I never understood why is tea and coffee not allowed, and now I understand why, because it's addictive. So now coming to the second part, what happened was I quit it then, and then sometimes maybe in winter when I would have craving, I would have a cup or two of coffee, but it was never really an addiction anymore, where I would be absolutely chained to the thought of my day is not going to start until I have a cup of coffee. I had been able to break that addiction, so I would say that I had quit tea and coffee. But I had this thing of indulgence. So for example, if I'm stressed and I want to have a piece of chocolate, then I would think that coffee pairs well with it, and I would have that. But overall, the addiction, I would say, was gone. Until very recently, 3 months ago, what happened was I bought, and I had not had coffee since a year now. I mean, like, not even had a sip of it. And then what happened was I bought a pastry, chocolate pastry, and in my head that was like, okay, let's have a cup of coffee with it because that pairs well. And I think that was like mostly my motivation for tea and coffee. For me, tea like comes with biscuits, so I would dip the biscuits in the tea, and then that would be my main enjoyment rather than actually drinking the tea. And the same goes for coffee. I would be more interested in having the chocolate rather than actual coffee. So it was more that combination. So I got that combination 3 months ago, and then what happened immediately was that I was feeling unnaturally warm, and I was feeling my heart beating faster. I could really almost hear it. My hands were shaking, and I realized very clearly that this is because of the coffee. And I told myself, remember this feeling and remember not to ever have coffee again, no matter how much you're craving it, because you don't want this feeling ever again. And which is true, I didn't want that feeling. Then what happened recently again, I would say 2 days ago, it's winter time, and again for me tea is like, you want to have it in winter, on a cold morning, under your warm blanket, or with your family. So I had it, and the rest of the day, not only did I have a stomach ache because tea and coffee, they are again acidic, By the way, I should have prefaced an entire video with saying that my camera died. So what I was saying was I should have prefaced this entire video with the fact that I mean caffeine when I say tea and coffee. So if you're drinking herbal teas or any non-caffeinated drinks, then it should be fine. But I'm not very sure about how good or how healthy decaffeinated teas and coffees are. So you might want to research that. Okay, so what I was saying is that it's winter time. I gave into my craving for having tea on a cold winter morning, and immediately I felt not only stomachache, but also I felt very restless. So whatever took 20 minutes to do, I took 2 hours to do that, and that was pretty much the pattern for the rest of the day, which is quite contradictory to the fact that we have tea and coffee for improving our productivity, and here I was not able to focus at all, which again proves that anything external, the external energy, the boost of energy that you get from tea and coffee is artificial, and therefore if your body is producing, which it should be, your body, I believe, has all the natural resources and energy for it to achieve what it has to achieve and sustain itself, and therefore in the absence of tea and coffee is able to do that. So I guess any external boost does not sit well with does not harmonize with the body's natural energy, and I think that's what happened. So then again I told myself, remember this feeling of feeling jittery, restless, all over the place, not being able to focus and not being able to achieve whatever your to-do lists, to-dos were. Remember feeling out of control and not have tea, even though you feel like it. And I did feel like it the days after, but I have been able to control my urge so far. So that was it. So if you had ever tried quitting tea or coffee, or tried reducing your intake of tea and coffee, let me know how the process went, how your journey has been. And if you're someone who is saying that, oh Andrula, no, this is not possible for me, I still want to have my tea and coffee, I totally understand, but I would still like to have some peace and calm and release anxiety, then I invite you to sign up for my pre-recorded digital program, which talks about the health benefits, physical and mental, that I had from Odissi. So it's the dance version of yoga. It's has all the yogic principles. So if you want to know a little bit about world culture, Indian history, all these techniques that you can use in your everyday life for feeling calm, then email me at the link below. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Like this video if you haven't already. It really makes me very happy. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.